Start recording. There is A through F on the work I assigned not yesterday but the day before. So this is stuff you would have had time to do in class yesterday. Questions on those 6. Going once, twice, thrice. Sold. Okay, cool. Here is G through S. Comments, questions, concerns on anything G through S? Grabbing which? Yeah, leave me your phone. Which Myers class?
Sport.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there anything here anyone would like me to do? Letter S? We can do letter S. Okay, so letter S looks like this. That's a crappy pen. S is... This is also a crappy pen. How's this one? Better. C2H5OH plus O2, so CO2 and H2O. Okay. Okay, this is letter S. Don't you dare.
Please excuse this interruption, staff. Students, at this time, we are going to shelter in place.
Oh, you...
Not drill.
Hey, no, shelter in place is fine. It means we get to do whatever we want. We don't care about shelter in place. It means you just can't kill people. Because they are legally required to have some surprise drill each time they read it. How did you get 4? Okay, shelter in place generally just because there's a medical emergency somewhere in the building that I don't want students up and about. So, that's fine. We're totally cool with sheltering in place. Okay, so let's count this letter S here. On the left-hand side, I've got 2 carbons, I've got 6 hydrogens, and I've got 3 oxygens. When you're counting hydrogens, some of the formulas, depending on the kind of chemical, they write the same formula a couple different ways. Something like this, for example, could have been written as C2H6O, but by writing it as C2H5OH, you guys will learn if you advance further in chemistry that this is a particular kind of chemical called an alcohol. And we don't use alcohol to mean I'm going to the liquor store and I'm buying alcohol, because all of that alcohol is exactly the same. It's all ethanol. But there's different kinds of alcohols. There's ethanol and propanol and like isopropyl alcohol, and there's a bunch. There's lots. Methanol makes you go blind and then kills you. Isopropyl alcohol we use as a rubbing alcohol. Ethanol is the one that we consume. So by putting that OH there, that's what that means. Doesn't matter. We count the H's here and here, add them together. So on the right-hand side, I've got 1 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those. And now we balance. I'll start with the carbons. What is the answer to this question, by the way? 1, 3, 2, 3? Okay. So balance the carbons first. We're going to toss a 2 right there. That's going to make that 2. That's going to make this 5. We need to balance the hydrogens next because we leave oxygen and hydrogen to the end and oxygen to the absolute end. So hydrogen, I'm going to toss a 3 there. Ooh, maybe I made a mistake there. Maybe it's not 1, 3, 2, 3. Let's count. Oh, it might be. You know what? It might be. No, it totally is because of that one lone oxygen there. Odd numbers of oxygens are not going to be a problem today. So what, by putting a 3 there, that's going to make this 6 and that 7. And then because we've got the carbons are balanced, the hydrogens are balanced, I'm not going to touch this guy. I'm just going to see, can I put a number here so that these oxygens, these 2 times whatever number I put here, plus this 1 gives me 7. And the answer there is yes, I can. If I toss a 3 there, 3 times 2 is 6, plus that one is 7. And so that would be that question. If you did it the ridiculous way, did you do it the ridiculous way? There is a ridiculous way to do. So not all of you saw the ridiculous way. Some of you are seeing kind of weird looking, terrifying math on the board. That's the ridiculous way. There's 3, I think, that we're working on. It would have been Matthew, Muller, and Jedediah. Massey, I think, was looking at it too. But that's how you do that question. Make sense, Jedediah? Okay. So that's down to letter S. Here is T through Z. I made a mistake on Y the first time I did it. This is the correct answer. 2, 25, 16, 18. Yes, Brooke. Wait, are you the Brooklyn who wants to be called Brooke? I'm trying to figure that out. Brooke. To which one? The 1, 5, 3, 4? Yeah, we can do that. So V is C3H8. And then I'm assuming it's O2 and 8. Yeah. O2, CO2, H2O. Draw the line. CHO, 382, CHO, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to balance these things. Start with the carbons. So I'm going to toss a 3 out in front of the carbon. That's going to give me 3 carbons. It's going to give me 7 oxygens, and then nothing else changes. I'm going to go ahead and I'll balance my hydrogens now. I've got 8 on the left. They're only coming in groups of 2 over here on the right. So I'm just going to toss a 4 there in front of the water. It's going to give me 8 hydrogens, and it's going to give me 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 oxygens. And then I just need to put a letter out here, a number out here rather, because this is the only place that's bringing me oxygens to give me 10 oxygens. So 5 times 2 is going to give me that 10, and that's that one. 1, 5, 3, 4 is letter V. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Love it. Thank you. Thanks, man. Okay. Comments, questions, concerns on anything else? We're all good with letter Y? You want to see Y? Okay. Letter Y is similar to some of these other ones, but gets big. Y is, yes, C8H18 plus O2 arrow CO2 O plus H2O. So here's letter Y. We've got C's, H's, and O's, C's, H's, and O's. I've got 8, 18, and 2. And on the right-hand side, I've got 1, 3, and 2. I believe. Yes. Okay, so now we just kind of give her. We want to balance the carbons first. So I'm going to toss an 8 over here. That's going to give me 8 carbons. It's going to be 16, 17 oxygens. And I want to now we're going to do the hydrogens. Carbons are good. Let's do the hydrogens. So I need 18, so I'm going to toss a 9 right here, because 9 times 2 is 18. And then that goes ahead, and it's going to give me 16 oxygens here, plus the 9 here. 16 and 9 is 25. This is the classic example of we have a problem with an odd number of things, because oxygen only here comes in groups of 2, and that's never going to give me 25. So what we're going to do is we're going to double everything we've done so that we don't have an odd number of oxygens. That's going to become 16. That's going to become 18. And now I have to recount everything. This is going to give me 16 times 1 carbon is 16. 18 times 2 is 36 hydrogens. And then my oxygens are going to be 16 times 2 is 32, plus 18. 32 and 18 is 50. And if you need a calculator, feel free to use one, just don't use your phones. And now we just go back and say, okay, well, I've got 16 carbons now, so I need to toss a 2 out here. 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 18 is 36. So now my carbons and hydrogens are done, and now I just need to throw a giant number out front of, oh, not giant, a larger than you'd expect number in front of O2, so that 2 times it is 50, 25. And that is letter Y. 2, 25, 16, 18. And I heard rumblings about letter X. Did you ladies at the back figure out X? Okay. So then, are there any other comments, questions, concerns off of this ugly monster of a page? This was Monday. Okay, here was yesterday. You were. Did my TOC not assign this? So my TOC did suck. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's what I wrote. I mean, I did show you this on Monday. I said it would be assigned on Tuesday, but I did also say here, if I'll read you to what I wrote for him. They will be continuing their practice on balancing equations from Monday. They are to finish whatever they didn't finish from the work assigned Monday, 4 ACEs then BDFs on the work page, and then please additionally assign the next page, work page 77. He didn't say that? Frick! I am so done with these stupid TOCs. Just read what I write, and my students will be better off. Hate TOCs. Okay, hands up if any of you remember that I talked about this on Monday and did it yesterday. Okay. Hands up if you feel like you would benefit from more balancing practice, or can we move on? Hands up for more practice. Hands up for I'm over it. Let's keep going. Okay. Here's what we're going to do today. So none of you did this page. Okay, cool. Sorry? To finish up to here. Okay. See? Medical. We love it. Okay, so here's what's going to happen today. I am going to give you back, before we move back to balancing, I want to hand back, you guys are bad B, bad C, okay, cool. I'm going to hand back the 2 quizzes that you've done already. So there's 2 here. So we're aware, there's 2. The Bohr diagram and Lewis diagram quiz from a little while ago, and the naming and formula writing quiz that you just wrote for me. The Bohr and Lewis diagram, regardless of whether that was good or bad, the Bohr and Lewis diagram one, we can put a pause on fixing. I'm going to give you time to work on your corrections. For now, though, the Bohr and Lewis diagram, just take a look at how it went, and I'm going to get you to come pick up your file folders and just throw the Lewis-Bohr diagram one in here. We will come back and revisit it at a later time. The naming and formula writing one, we need imminently. That's going to come back in the next couple days, because I'm going to start not giving you balancing equations, I'm going to give you word equations for these things. You're going to have to go from the word equations, you're going to have to build the formulas properly, and then you're going to have to balance the thing again. So we're just stacking things, making them more complicated. Eventually, I'm just going to give you a paragraph of a description of a lab, and you will have to, from that description, tell me the reactants, the products as a word equation, convert them to their chemical formulas as the reactants in the products, and then balance that beast. And then we're actually going to go to the lab, and we're going to do that. So you need to, like, some of these naming and formula writing quizzes were exceedingly well done. Congratulations. Some of them were not as well done. I'm not going to use the word disappointed, because I'm not your mother. But I was a little so I'm going to handle this stuff back. So these, the formula, the naming and formula writing ones, if you did less than optimal, this is what I want you to spend class figuring out. Start with fixing these. Once you've corrected these, then jump to this page. I even left it friggin' open and it said Tuesday right on it. Okay, I have an email to send to Mr. Jansen. Do your job. Jump to that page. After you figured out corrections on this, some of you aced this. Congratulations, you don't need to spend time correcting this. Go straight to here. This will be today. Either it's a work period on chemical name or naming and formula writing, or it's a work period on that. Get your folders as I'm handing these things out in order to go. Bohr and Lewis go straight to the folder, these get corrected. Yeah, manuals, not all manuals. Get your folders. Jedediah's over here. Is not here. Jason's not here. Toby. Boom, love it. Matthew. Oh my gosh. Great, don't have it. Yes. Okay. If you do not have a folder, make one. The box is right here. Muller, where's Muller? Muller. Here. You and Johnny and Cordy. Boom, and there's like Angel standing right here. I should say 20 out of 20, not 100 and 400. And Romina while I'm standing over here. I'm assuming 8, there's only one each. Evelyn. Corrections, okay, guys. The most useful way to do corrections is on a separate sheet of paper and staple your corrections to the back. That is the most useful way to go through this. Use it as a study tool. I have extra paper next to the printer. It's blank. You can grab from there, or you can use your own. Matthew's not here. Okay, these are the Bohr Lewis ones. Just shove these ones straight into your folder. Whose chaotic folders are these? Daniel. Throw them away. Here's your folder. When do you go get it? Vicky has left us. I have to shred her folder in memory of her. Jason's not here. Mohammed's not here. Asia's not here. Okay, so put Bohr Lewis straight in your folder. We'll come back and deal with it later. Boom.
How did you go?
How? Hey, that's an idiot.
Me getting
Haley's over here. Jedediah's over there. Evelyn's over here.
11.5. Because I'm really bad at this.
Manual, string on the folder. Romina's over here. Boom, John's over here. Okay, bore and loose, straight to the folder, don't worry about it. The naming formula writing is what you need to figure out first.
I got that right, that right.
Over here. Heads over here. Kohi, he's right here.
I hate this test. Oh my.
Gina.
Sarah.
Sarah, over here. Brooklyn, over here. Jason is away. Okay, bore and loose, don't worry. Straight to the folder. Naming and formula writing corrections first. I'll help. Call me over. I'll help you with it. And then to this page on the balancing. Okay. Okay. Yes. That's talk. My gut says that this was a system that was top of three. That should not have been marked that. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. No, it's not. You should have lost the one. You should have lost it. Here's why. I'm not going to take the mark away. But you should have lost. If you need to know that you should have lost. And next time it happens, you will. So CLO, hepchlorite. If I'm not mistaken, take a look at your polyatomic residue form of your periodic table. Big one. There's your big periodic table. Write up the question and then do the problem. Yes. Because you, is it the name hypochlorite? No. CL, just CLO. The CLO has a charge of -1. And you don't know what the charge is on the copper because you look at the periodic table. Copper could be +1 or +2. So the way that thing's written, it's CuClO. There's no brackets, which means that this thing here, there's only one of it. And if there was more than one, it'd be brackets there. If you've got one of these, so that's bringing a -1 charge. There's no subscripts here, so you only have one of these. So one of these has to be balancing off the +1. I don't know. So the charge here should be +1. So this thing should be copper with a Roman numeral 1 hypochlorite. It was whoever marked yours was correct to take off the half mark. Whoever marked yours, Angel, should have taken off the half mark. You didn't. At this point, it's a quiz that you care mark. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to go change your grade by it. But you need to know when the chapter test comes. That's what it is. Okay. Yes. Naming and formula writing practice corrected first. And then move to that. Corrections are done on a separate sheet of paper. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. You didn't get the naming and formula writing. What? Okay. I will. Every time I put you somebody hands up if you did not do the naming and formula writing quiz. Okay, at this point, I'll leave it in the computer as an okay. Yes, you can go watch it. Do it as an assignment, like use as little of your notes as possible. You were the only, Regina said she also did that.
CO and you got CN inside? That's
You're big periodic table for this.
yeah, I know that, but it's just like, is that, how many brackets are these? Why do I see it?
Okay. I will be.
Inside, but
Whose phone is plugged in on the floor? Whose? Okay.
why?
I will put it up so she doesn't fall down. It's stepped on. Okay, I'll be right back.
CN. Brother, you only wrote N. The guy who corrected you. Then why does she practice? I know, but it's CN, not just a pen. And you can fix it. Actually, yeah. Why are we writing that? No, these are the. They are balanced. They are. They are eight. They are eight. Do you? I did. And she got it right, and I got it right. I don't know, but I'm the teacher.
How we doing? Crank it over. Okay, you're on. Wait. Take a look. Okay.